College Success Arizona presents Student Stories. The feature of the following story and interview is Melissa Sepulveda.
I was born and raised in Phoenix, Arizona, and for the majority of my life, I've spent it in Phoenix. So when deciding where I wanted to go to school, I thought, try to go as far as you can, but stay as close as possible.
And so that's what took you up to Northern Arizona University in Flagstaff?
Yes.
And kind of talk about that as far as you can, but as close as possible, because it's a small town, because it's in the mountains, not the desert. There's a lot of stuff that's different than Phoenix. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, so basically I chose a completely different environment, but I stayed close enough that if I wanted to go home, it was right around the corner.
And talk about that transition, going from a big city and your family to a small city, a different climate, and college out on your own for the first time.
So being like the first of 6 kids, it's really like a different environment because up here it's a lot more of a quiet town, and just the idea of being like away from home is terrifying for most people. But I wanted to leave so that I could, expand myself as a person. And Flagstaff has really been that place where I found myself because it's so small that it's I know who I am and I know where I'm at and what I want to do.
And where did you graduate from high school?
I went to Southridge High School in Phoenix.
And how old are you currently?
I am currently 19.
And what is your course of study at NAU?
So I am a double major in secondary education mathematics and math, and with a minor in Spanish.
What is your long-term career goal?
So right now, my long-term career goal is to be a high school teacher for math specifically.
And you just got out of high school. Why would you want to go back, and especially as a teacher?
Well, I've always really liked the environment of school, and when I find myself in the actual classroom, I'm always wanting to teach other people or help whoever I can. So I found that, I really enjoyed that environment. So it was just the right career path for me.
And you want to teach math? Is that what I heard?
Yes.
Why math?
Well, I find math, for most students, they think it's really hard because their foundational steps aren't normally as strong. I pick up on, subjects pretty easily, and math tends to be one of those subjects. And I want to be able to help, those people who don't get it or don't like math because they don't understand.
Did math always come easy to you, and is it a bit of a passion?
It has. Since I was younger, I've always been involved in doing different, problem solving. And it's a really big passion of mine because I love school in general, but math is my favorite.
I'm assuming you're not all that typical among your friends, because it seems like the average cliche high school student wants to go out, go to Europe, go to the ocean, move to L.A., join a band, go to school, have a bunch of fun. You want to finish up school, go right back to high school and teach math.
Yeah. Well, I also want to do most of those other things that most students would want to do, but my, end goal is to help other people in a school environment.
Now, when you go through and you say, I want to be a high school math teacher, if you start teaching math in a few years down the road, can you switch subjects, or do you have to go back and update your education? Say you want to be an English teacher or science or something.
So right now I'm secondary ed, so I can teach any grade level from 6th through 12th grade, and it's specifically math. So if I wanted to change subjects, I could, but I would have to go and get a certificate for another degree, another subject.
And you're also a member of the NAU Teach Club, is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Tell us what that is, what that's about.
So essentially the NAU Teach, the club and the program, it's for teachers or upcoming teachers in the fields of science and mathematics. And essentially in this program, we're able to go through our lesson plans that we would teach in the classroom and get feedback, as well as be around other people who are similar to us. And it's a very friendly environment where you're not judged. They're there for support.
And you earned the scholarship from College Success Arizona, which provides up to $6,000 per year for educational expenses. Can you talk about how the financial aspect of it has helped you?
For me, being the first of 6, like I said before, it's been really amazing that I've gotten it, because had I not, it would have been a really huge burden on my family. Since my sister is also now in college, just the idea of not having to think about the debt that I would have had I not had the scholarship. It's a little peace of mind to think that I just have to worry about my studies and make sure I'm doing well.
In addition to the financial side of it, the organization College Success Arizona also provides a mentor. They're called Success Advisors. Your mentor / success advisor is Robert Davis. Basically, they help students like you get through college. Can you talk about what Robert does in terms of providing guidance and support for you?
Oh, yeah. Well, Robert, for us, or at least for me, he's been like that older sibling I never had. So he tells me what I should do, what I'm doing, and what I need to do. But he's also there as a friend. So he tells me, advises me on what I need to do for school. He's there to give that support because he knows, he's been through it. So it's kind of nice to see, someone who knows is able to, help you back. And he's just there to, provide you any information you would ever need.
Can you talk about the role that your parents, your family, your siblings, people close to you have played in encouraging you to attend college?
Yes, of course. My mom, she's always been my greatest supporter, or at least for all of our my siblings. She's always told us from day one of kindergarten, you can do whatever you want to do as long as you try really hard. No matter, what comes at you, you can face it. It's going to be hard, but you can do it. And my greatest motivation is knowing that I can make a difference in the world, even by helping one step at a time in my family. So being the first, going to college, knowing that I'm putting myself out there so that my younger siblings can see that they can go to school too is my greatest motivation.
I was also thinking of that too, sort of as a follow-up question, being the first of 6 and going to college. Do you feel that weight that you're sort of modeling for your siblings?
I do, but it's not a bad kind of weight, I feel like they're seeing that I'm able to succeed, so if I can do it, they can do it as well.
And I guess for your siblings and middle and high school students who may be listening to this interview, what advice can you offer for those who are considering their own path to college?
Well, I would say, don't give up. There are people in the world that are going to tell you that you can't do it, but you just got to believe in yourself and know that even though it gets rough, there's always that light at the end of the tunnel, and you can always ask somebody for help, and if they don't help, find somebody else.
Thank you, Melissa, for the interview and for working so hard to make a difference in our community.